What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kayla St. Cloud, and I am back again with another Cloud Talk episode. If you are new to my channel, thanks for tuning in. And if you are not new, my dog, thank you for checking in again with your girl. So, this week's episode is going to be, it's inspired by Rachel Cargle. If you don't know Rachel Cargle, I'm actually going to post the post of hers that inspired this video in this video. So follow her. I really admire her and I'm so appreciative of her freaking mind and her just sharing her work online. I learned a lot from her. So this video is inspired by her. This video is going to be me sharing my own story about grieving the shift between existing in the world as my own person and coming into a mother. So I am looking forward to getting into this with y'all. I'm looking forward to really connecting with y'all on this because I know it's a lot of y'all that watch my videos that are mothers or that are the primary caregivers for children. So let's get into it. Let's talk. I want to talk about some of the things that I freaking went through, and I feel like it'll be therapeutic for me to talk about this as well because I don't really talk about this too often. So here's my piece. Let's go ahead and get into it. So as a brief backstory, I relate to this post because I am a mom. I am a mom to triplet girls. I have identical triplets. They are 3 years old. And so I have tons of feelings about this. I do not talk about it online. I feel like because I'm still figuring out the kinks and I feel like I'm looked at with so much anticipation, like, what do you have to say? What happened today? Or how do you feel about this? Or how did you feel about that? Like, I don't talk about it too much because I'm not always willing or like ready to talk about it. And I honestly feel like I'm still figuring out the kinks of being a mom, being a young single mom, and being a young single mom to triplets. Motherhood has rocked me in some ways that I'm still dealing with. There's still some aspects of motherhood that I'm still working through, some feelings that I'm still working through, and so I'm not always ready to do a tell-all video or post about being a mom to triplets. That's not the point. This is it feels so awkward because I have a lot of like pain that I think that I'm still dealing with regarding motherhood, and so talking about this with y'all makes me feel really vulnerable. And I'm very vulnerable online, but those are the things that I feel comfortable talking about, even though it might be something personal. This is like way back, way back, and not something that I talk about often or out loud. So y'all know I ain't talking about it on the fucking internet. But I relate to this post and I kind of want to open y'all up with this video. That is one of the goals. I'm giving y'all something so that we can create this relationship or like this openness where we can talk about these things, because being a mother made me go so hard for moms and women, and I'm not even really deep into that work that I want to get as far as like really uplifting and caring for women. So let's go ahead and get into my feelings, my grieving the shift of being my own person and becoming a mom, because it exists. And I think it exists for everyone, regardless if you have 1 child or 3, regardless if you wanted to be a mom or not, like it's gonna smack you in the face. So let's go. I have like this sheet that I wrote down some like the main feelings that I felt. And this is what I wrote down. I wrote, feeling overwhelmed with just how time-consuming parenting is. It's 24/7. Your time is no longer your own, and you realize that in moments that sometimes smack you in the face, like no longer being able to binge watch TV. So it's things like that that made me start to miss my old life and be like, dang, like I took that for granted. Another feeling is feeling like I'm on a roller coaster that I can't get off. It's 24/7, 365. It's all the time, and really getting caught up in the routine that gradually, as more responsibilities piled, as more priorities like came to the forefront, gradually taking me away from my old routine and my old life. And that just straight up sucked. It took a minute for me to like coax myself and like talk myself out of it and really reason with myself and get myself to understand that We all have shifts in life. Um, if it wasn't my kids, I could have been a young adult that needed to care for a parent. You know, just so many things that I had to really say. We're all kind of handed things that are difficult and challenging for us, and that make us give up our old way of living. That was the first big thing to me. That was my first big shift in my life. Like, I really feel like there'll be plenty more. This one was the first big one. It's like, whoa, like, that's over. Thank God I spent a lot of time in high school and my like first 3 years out of high school doing tons of ratchet shit with my friends. So I really did a lot. I did a lot of things I didn't even need to do. So, but I just still missed the freedom and choice to do those things. Really, really, really just feeling like I'm on this super fast roller coaster and I cannot get off. When is the break? And it took me like a minute to realize, like, dang, like, it's Monday through Friday, and it's also the weekends too. And we back on Monday, and we back on the weekends. Like, that was hard. That was hard, especially as a single parent, that I feel like now I'm used to it. But I was not for a long time. I was really, really upset. This is another thing that I wrote down that I'm really passionate about talking to my mom friends, or like moms that I connect with online, because this really helped me a whole lot. I don't know where I would be mentally and emotionally if I did not get a hold of myself and do this. And this is time management, routine for the kids, forces you to realize what's really important so you can introduce it back into your life. So sorry, I got allergies. It's dust all over here, y'all. My nose is really sensitive. So I learned just kind of where I was. I learned how easily it could be for me to lose myself in the routine. I realized how easily I could be discouraged from chasing my dreams, because everything that's looking me in the face was looking real dismal, y'all. Like, it was just looking really sad. And but once I started getting like my footing and getting the girls on a routine, it really did give me the boost that I needed to really zone in on all the things that I like to do. Because before, I wasn't really realistic, and I was like, well, I like to do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, and there are a lot of things that I still can do. I can still do those things, but I really wasn't thinking about the time that it takes to really be great at things. So I got 15 things I want to be great at. All right, like, sit down, pick out the ones that are the most important to you, because you're going to have to study, you're going to have to practice, you're going to have to research, and you got these kids, and you also got to work. So really, what are the things that mean the most to you, that if you were in your 50s, you would be disappointed with yourself for not pursuing those things? So I really zoned in on my purpose and my passion and the things that really, like, I absolutely have to do it. I did not know how much of an introvert I was until I became a parent. I always teetered back and forth between, like, whether I am an introvert or an extrovert or an ambivert or whatever. I am truly an introvert, because it really, like, showed me, like, the real meaning of it. I'm really drained, and now I'm getting irritable, and I want it to be quiet, and I just want to be alone. And then when I had that alone time and I come out of it, I realize how much better I feel. And so it really, like, showed me, like, I'm really an introvert for real, for real, for real, for real, for real. And so that kind of sucked, because that's something that I have to prioritize. I have to prioritize my introvertedness every day. Like, it's what needs to happen. Like, eating, like, I need to prioritize. I need to set aside time for me every single day. And as a mother to triplets that need special attention, and then just coming into being a mother of triplet toddlers, what you mean personal space? Like, no. So, yes. I wanted to share just this little tweet that I saw online, and it was talking about grief. And it said that there is sometimes grief can be complex because of the gains and losses. And that seems like just the huge point in this video, and the huge feeling to me when it comes to grieving that shift between those two lives it's a complex grief. It is a complex grief because of the gains and the losses. What more can I say? What more can I say than that? I don't even really think I feel like I gained more than I lost. I really do. I really, really do feel like I gained more than I lost, because not only do I have children physically in this realm with me, which is a huge gain, but just the ways that I've improved by becoming a mother is also a huge gain. And there's plenty of those gains in that regard. So I feel like it's more gains and losses, but for some it's going to be different. All right, y'all, so that's all I have for y'all this week. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on social media. You already know your girl's going to be back next week with another Cloud Talk episode. But in the meantime, y'all stay safe now. You're